Okay, so basically, I'm a 22-year-old girl. Racism how is one girl accusing?
Okay, so let's watch the second
part. The
part.
woman whose confrontation with a black teenager in a New York hotel was caught on camera over the holidays. Cell phone video shows Miya Ponsetto accusing 14-year-old Keon Harold Jr. of stealing her iPhone last month. Ponsetto was arraigned over the weekend and freed on supervised release. She is charged with attempted robbery, attempted grand larceny, endangering the welfare of a child, and attempted assault. Well, we spoke with Ponsetto and her attorney, that's Sharon Gatan, just hours before her arrest last week. This morning, we begin where we left off on Friday.
You seem to have attacked this teenager about the phone, and then it turned out he didn't even have your phone.
Okay, so
that's the thing.
Do you want to get to that part?
You're saying, look,
because
I'm 22 years old. You're 22 years old, but you are old enough to know better.
Oh, the hotel
so I will
did
say
have
you're
my...
22.
Right,
I
Gail,
get it.
Enough. The hotel did have my phone. The hotel did end up having my phone. I did get my belongings returned to me. So maybe it wasn't him, but at the same time, how is it so that...
What do you mean, maybe? Okay, Dad. She's insane. Maybe he didn't have the phone. Maybe he did. It's like, no, he didn't.
That as soon as I get asked to leave the premises, after I had accused this person of stealing my phone, how is it that all of a sudden they just miraculously have my phone when I come back? And it didn't seem as if my accusations really bothered the son and the father, because they were just enjoying a nice meal right after this whole.
What are they supposed to do, dude? Bro, you are. Oh my God, she's such a piece of shit.
Encounter, but all I'm saying.
I don't know if you.
Mia, I want this to be over, and I'm sorry.
Whether they were
so I would love
by
to make this short and sweet, Gail.
Mia, I want to go back to that day. Take us back to that day. We've all seen the video.
Okay, so I arrived back to the hotel after grabbing some stuff.
Again, she's loving it because, like, doesn't believe that she will face any repercussions, thinks that this will boost her public profile, and it kind of will. So she straight up is doing this, not for any, like, legal purpose, not to win the court of the law. Only doing this for clout.
Starbucks. I had noticed my phone had been missing, so I just approached the hotel manager, asked him if he could kindly just check the footage. In my opinion, I was like, okay, any person walking down could possibly be the person that might have had my phone. I wasn't racial profiling whatsoever. I'm a woman. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm like a woman of color. I'm Italian.
I'm like a woman of color, bruh. I'm like a woman of color. I'm Italian. Yeah, that's the cheat code, dude. Italians are POC. She's right. She got us there, boys.
Greek, Puerto Rican.
You keep saying you're Puerto Rican. Does that mean that you can't be racist because you're saying you're a woman of color? Is that what you mean?
Exactly.
Well, I would disagree that people of color can be racist too. Do you believe that you should...
Literally, dude. Yo, this is great. People actually think it's like a cheat code to be like, well... I'll have you know I'm a person of color. I'll have you know I am a person of color after all. I bet you did not know this, but white people love remembering they're people of color when it comes to college applications and when it comes to defending themselves after a racist action that they did.
Should pay a price for this?
I don't feel that my accusation is a crime.
But it's more than the accusation. It's the way that you tackled him, it seems, on the videotape. What would you do differently? You said that you look at that tape and that's not who you are.
I think I could have just asked the hotel manager. So yes, I could have stepped aside, or the father and I. We immediately could have started just speaking at a lower tone, and probably that would have handled the whole situation a lot better.
With all...
Or, I don't know, not assaulting a kid that you falsely accused of stealing your phone with no evidence other than the fact that he was black and in your presence.
Due respect, when Mr. Harold was talking to you, it seemed to me that he was responding to you because you had accused his son.
I'm saying that both of us. I said both of us.
You see two black people?
No, I'm not letting him walk away with my phone.
bottom line is this issue is much bigger than I think Miya is appreciating, and she sees it as a very simple. So let me just boil it down. She was a 22-year-old woman alone in New York. No one is with her. Her entire contacts, flight arrangements, Wi-Fi, emails, Apple Pay, her funds, her money is all on that phone. She agreed that her behavior and her actions were definitely less than elegant, shall we say, and less than graceful and less than what anyone else would do, and she agreed, and she wouldn't have repeated it.
It's been reported that your phone was returned to you by an Uber driver. Is that true?
That is not true because I arrived to the hotel with my phone in my hand.
Okay, who returned your phone to you?
The hotel receptionist.
Miya, where had the phone been?
Why don't we ask the hotel receptionist?
Miya, to be honest, I'm telling you, you seem to be not remorseful, to have no contrition, that you're almost a little flippant about this. You have to understand, for this teenage boy who says that he was shattered.
This is probably what happened. And not that I literally forgot my fucking iPhone in the Uber. The mind of a racist person and like the things that they will allude to before accepting what is so easy to grasp. Oh my Lord, dude. That kind of creativity needs to be captured, and you would actually get some conservative people writing good movies and actual art if they could demonstrate that same level of creativity that they do in circumstances where they want to like describe normal things but in a really abnormal way.
Who said that he was traumatized. This is a big
traumatized.
Deal. You're traumatized too because.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. He is honestly, he's 14. That's what they're claiming. Yeah, I'm 22.
That's what they're claiming. Like his age is a lie. I'll have you know, the police were also working side by side with this criminal network. And that's why they are claiming he was 14, when in fact he was 14 and 3/4.
I've lived probably just the same amount of life as him. Like, honestly. I'm just as a kid at heart as he is. I feel sorry that I made the family go through like all of that stress, but at the same time, it wasn't just them going through that.
I just don't think that you helped yourself by your behavior.
When
you looked at that video, what did you think? What did you think, Miya?
I'm just as much as a kid as he is. I'll have you know, Your Honor, I myself have been held back many grades, and here is a certificate I have that says I have the thought patterns of someone whose prefrontal cortex has not been fully developed either.
You already asked me that in the beginning of the interview. I'm not going over it again. I would like to have a real interview with real questions and real heart and real sincere apologies. Let 2021 be the moment of healing. Seriously.
All right. What would you want an interview with real questions? I'll give you the floor. What would you like us to know, Miya?
That I'm sincerely sorry to the family, and the dad and the.
Then why did you spend 12 minutes being like, the kid is not 14, the dad attacked me out of nowhere, the kid probably still stole my iPhone despite the fact that, you know, there's no evidence for that, and that they're in the wrong for traumatizing me by, you know, slamming me into the ground after I tried to beat his fucking child.
Son, for making them feel as if I was racist towards them when that is not my intention.
Now, during the interview, Ponsetto kept interrupting her attorney, and Sharon Gatan says her client went off script. According to her lawyer, Ponsetto was prepared for this interview. They had talked about it. They had gone over it. But the 22-year-old, she says, decided to disregard her advice she was given.
Bro, so if she wasn't like a annoying elitist white lady, you can see like 4chan would already be like writing articles and like spreading misinformation about how the kid was actually 27-year-old, was a 27-year-old black teenager, or not a black teenager, a black man who's 27 years old, who's been to prison like 8 times. And then like Republicans would literally act on that information immediately and start spreading it on Facebook about how like not only was he a 27-year-old criminal, he actually ended up murdering someone immediately after, and that this woman was a brave 22-year-old who literally stopped that violent crime from occurring, pretty much. You know, if the circumstances were like a little bit different, if she was like a cop or some shit, that's usually how conservatives operate.